Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris. 25 times Crisis Strength, Grand Admiral difficulty. I'm your host, Colors Faded. It's episode 27. 024, 47 we just finished off. We finished off the War in Heaven. And now, amazingly, we are an amazing 9K in debt for a reason that all of a sudden, after loading this game, I can't figure out. So, we're going to do some looking around and see if we can figure out what that's about. We were making a ton of money, and I'm guessing it's because of this? Yeah, that's really expensive. Oh, wow. Okay. We were buying dark matter in bulk. And because I was thinking about dark matter deflectors and stuff like that and getting all my ships upgraded, and that was... We're going to see what this looks like at the end of this month. And now we're back in the surplus for 5K, so what we can do is buy some dark matter, but not buy that much. That was a lot. It's really expensive. Oh my gosh. Okay, so energy weapon, attack speed. What we're going to do now is, now we're in position. Here we go. Ambition, scientific revolution, all this stuff came off. We have to look. Scientific revolution. Desperate measures is ship build speed in a defensive war, which we don't have, so we don't have to worry about turning that one on. We need to now just get our fleets ready and get our empire handled. Yep, so we're colonizing ring worlds. And this is going to be our sole focus. Third fleet, their home is Mega Shipyard 2. In fact, I want to go there and I want to see what this is. What's going on here? There's a... Oh, there's not an anchorage here. There's not a crew quarters. We're going to change the target uplink computer to crew quarters over here for this place. And then it doesn't need to be a bastion at all. So, I'm going to change that. It's got some hangar bay. Don't worry about it. There's a mega shipyard in addition to the shipyard in that system. So that's all we care about. So we're going to do our best to get as many fleets as possible. This number now is 1,000 bigger than what we have currently online. And so what we're going to do is try to get these fleets built up. And we're going to start with the 11th fleet right here. Let's go take a look at the 11th fleet right here. It says I have a bunch of corvettes, and I'm like, well, I have Titans, penetrators, all this stuff that we normally do. How many Titans can we have now? Ooh, 11 of 18. We can have a lot. That's pretty awesome. 18 fleets would be good. We kind of need that. So 6 battleships, 6 cruisers working just point defense, and then everything else is corvettes because they very easily can be replaced, and they're usually the people who die. Even though they have been doing good, so that takes a big chunk out of our alloys, and that's fine, because that's what we want. And in fact, let's go now. We can start looking at using our relic because we don't need. Fire that off. Use 150 influence, give ourselves a bunch more alloys. We just want to get ring worlds back. We're at 50K research, and I'm not sure. I'd have to roll through all my old videos, but I'm almost 100% sure that is the most research I've ever had.
Research complete.
It certainly feels like it. I mean, we've really dedicated a lot to this. Admin capacity is not as big of a deal, so we're going to keep going for leader lifespan to make our leaders pretty awesome. We're going to tell these people this has no home base, and it's right here at Mega Shipyard 2. So we say Mega 2 and go to your base. Go to your base, please. The 16th Fleet, Darzak, go to your home base where it's over here, and Darzak should have crew quarters, which it does. So we just want to tell all these people to go home. If for no other reason than it costs us less maintenance. They have no home base. So why don't we send them to Mega Shipyard 2? Because we're trying to split the fleets evenly. And the smart way to do it would be odd numbers at Drazak Thule. These guys are at Terminal. Or that's their home base. We had them at Terminal Egress. Because we needed a fleet there. And they're going to stay there. And in fact, what I'm going to do is... I'm going to call them Terminal Fleet. Governing into trade. Because I want to know who that is very easily when the time comes. If you have somebody at the Terminal Egress who can hold it, then that makes your life a lot easier. Darzak, home base, go there. This is our very awesome Juggernaut who's helping make some ships. 5th Fleet, they're at Darzak. 3rd Fleet is at Mega Shipyard. So we're telling all these fleets to go home. What can't you guys... Oh, that's because Mega Shipyard didn't have a thing. Okay. So now the Xenic Eliminators are insulting us. Let me tell you, Xenic Exterminators, you got 4 planets. Insult them. Extend our contract. Declare war. Our overlord does not allow us to declare war. If I would have had any idea, and it's amazing after 1,200 hours of playing Stellaris that I didn't know this, but I didn't know that siding with this fallen empire would make us their subject. I really didn't think that would happen. So we could fight them and gain our independence, but my concern is that investing the time in doing that, I feel like we'd be right in the middle of war when...
Colony established.
I feel like we'd be right in the middle of war when the Fallen Empire shows up, and I would rather just... So this is main facility, and what is this? What's going on here? What is this? Come on, you guys. What is this? I don't know what you're doing. What is this? You need some people here, and you got a bunch of jobs, so grow them, and we'll see if we can fix things. We got to go through. So what is this? This is Anchorage, and it says, I am not connected to anything. And so right down here. I thought at Tarragon I made one. Nope, I don't see it. I see a habitat. There's nothing there. There's nothing here. Okay. We're going to fix this situation. Construction ship. Right here. Gateway construction site. And also upgrade that so it can collect the trade. Because 5k is pretty awesome. Because you can just so easily keep... In fact, what we should do is add a monthly trade. Let's try to make things a little easier on ourselves. Buy a monthly trade to get alloys so that we can turn them into... Oh, and that actually costs us. That's amazing. Okay, so... Let's do that. We're going to get some fleets. So we got stragglers already. Where are they at? So go down here and you cross off all the people who are already full. And then we say, hey, you, form a fleet. And you are now the 12th fleet. And we'll pause the game because it's recalculating things all the time, and it'll shift this screen if you don't pause it. So I'm splicing the video here today as I make this fleet, and what you don't know is I'm splicing because I sneezed. You know that's a pretty common occurrence if you watch my channel at all. My superpower, every human has one, and my superpower is I can stop my hiccups after one hiccup. I have a very specific technique for doing it. I've actually taught it to my kids, and it works. Unfortunately, my wife laughs at me, which is strange because she's a yoga person. But when I tried to show her this method of concentrating and breathing to stop your hiccups after the first one, she just laughs. So, unfortunately, she gets really bad hiccups. She is the person who would benefit in our family the most from this technique. And someday maybe I'll make a video showing how ridiculous this is. But it works. It's really simple. And I can stop my hiccups after the first hiccup every time. Like 100% I can do it. So that's why I call it a superpower. Conversely, my kryptonite, I sneeze like it's nobody business. I have year-round allergies and I sneeze all the time. I would almost trade, I would trade the ability to stop my hiccups after one hiccup for not sneezing. You people who go through life not sneezing all the time, you people who could actually make these videos and not sneeze and not have to splice them together, because my mic doesn't have a mute button on it and you guys wouldn't want to sit here with 2 minutes of silence while I wipe my nose and sneeze over and over again anyways. Usually it's one sneeze and then it's a whole bunch of sniffling and blowing my nose. I would trade that. I hate sneezing. But here it is. This is in my DNA. I'm the person who, as the group of people are trying to sneak into a facility somewhere, I'm the one who inadvertently sneezes. And everybody looks around and thinks, that's just a poorly written script. Who was that script writer? And it's like, no, the sneezes are real. Sorry. At 50K research, we have 8 months when we crack out a new research thing. So that's kind of awesome. I would like to go through these stations here. So, for instance, this is really hard to do. So here's a gateway. Oh man, this is going to take some work. Okay, when our ships are maxed out, we'll start building defense platforms on these. But until then, I really think the only thing we can do is just put ship fire rate on those and call it good. I mean, this is... yeah. Because I don't see any sense in investing in this. Here's what's going to happen. A 25 times crisis is going to show up. And that's going to be... in no small way is that going to be significant. I mean, it's going to try to kick our asses very hard. And it probably will. And the only way that we're going to be able to defend it is with a few choke points. And a lot of ships. And our ships are going to be better than our choke points, because the simple fact is we just have to have a bunch of ships that can counter it. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. We have to have as many ships as possible to counter it, and that's all we can do. I don't think bastions are going to help when our empire is this friggin' big, which is nice, because that was kind of the goal of the game, was to try to win it by dominating everybody. That's why we're called the Darzak Expansionists. I think the Darzak Expansionist species has been kind of ideal for what we wanted to do. We have Necroids here, and they're necrophages, leader lifespan 80 years, ruler pop resource output +5, specialist pop rate, wow, worker pop resource growth, pop growth speed -75%, pop food upkeep, and pop mineral. I would like to. They're necrophages. There's probably nothing we can do to change that. We can't get rid of the necrophage part there. Pop growth speed +10%, pop growth from immigration. Oh, so they're nomadic. Okay. So we just have a bunch of necrophages. And all we can really do then is try to... yeah, if they end up working research jobs, it's like, well, we'd like to have you doing research. That'd be great. We can't give them... what can't we get? They're wasteful. They're delicious. Yeah, they're incompatible with the thing I like to give everybody, which is... they already are erudite. Oh, well, in that case, this is incompatible with the erudite trait. Let's pick something for engineering. You're a natural physicist. What else can we make you that might be beneficial? Governing with extraction. I don't care about that. Defense, army damage. Pop housing. That's as good as anything. We're going to create that template and apply it to all your people to make them a little better. We need everybody to be great researchers so that if they're working research jobs, they're kicking butt at it. So the Ketling star pack, for instance, we went over here and we said we made them erudites. And that's what most of their people are now. The next group is, we have a bunch of metallurgists and a bunch of miners working jobs. And miners and some scientists. So that's good. The Penthulans, we have most of them doing this. These are intelligent, charismatic. In fact, there are some Penthulans down here that are psionic and intelligent. Let's see if we can modify that template. So they're intelligent. Can we make them erudite? Which one is it? Erudite is this. Not compatible with the intelligent trait. If we remove intelligence, we can make them erudite, which is better. And they're already communal. Pop housing usage. Pop consumer goods upkeep. I don't care so much about that. I'd more like growth speed. But what do they have? Amenities from jobs. I mean, that's leader lifespan. Wait a minute. What do we have here? Worker pop, resource output. That's kind of important. Let's grab that. And then again, we're trading off between engineers and physicists, because some people are helping with physics research and some people are helping with engineering, and it's either kinetic weapon damage or energy weapon damage. We don't know what the endgame crisis is going to face, and I'm not spending a lot of time working on making sure that armor and shields are caught up, because my theory is it's better to focus on two offensive things, weapon speed and weapon damage, versus shields or armor. I might end up being completely wrong on, but it's kind of luck of the draw. It's like, who are you going to get? Are you going to get the Prithrin Scourge? Are you going to get the Unbidden? You just don't know. So trying to spread yourself between all three when we know the crisis is coming in probably 12 years or sooner is kind of tough. So I'm going to do this and apply that template to all the Penthulans. And we'll keep working on some of that, but we got to get up here to our... So this deep space backside upgrade. So here's the thing. This is saying I can't take any of this trade here and send it anywhere. So we'd like to start taking and creating some more gateways. And I'd also like to get in here on these planets like this one. And it's saying, hey, we might need some more living quarters. And we say, well, you don't have a stronghold, so first of all you have to have that. Rising unemployment on Hab 16. Let's go there. Are you building? No, you're not. And you're just a big old... Oh. You're just a big old bureaucracy one. Well. Let's get you... You're locked into what you're doing, so we're not going to worry about that. One of the things... You folks who are watching this right now, if you're watching the whole channel, I understand that some of you are only watching Stellaris videos, and that's fine. But some of you are watching everything else. We're going to get these half-Zulans in here, and again, I want their research, so I'm going to grab this. Some of you are watching everything, which means you know that I'm doing the Shadowrun Returns, which is the first game that Harebrained Schemes did for Shadowrun, and then they did Shadowrun Dragonfall, and then they did Shadowrun Hong Kong. I've played Dragonfall, and it's really fun. If you folks want to see it for the channel, leave a comment. Otherwise, I'm going to skip straight to Hong Kong, probably. But all of that, playing Shadowrun and also simultaneously offline playing Pathfinder Kingmakers made me realize how much I love Pillars of Eternity and make me think that, gosh, I'd almost really, really like to put Pillars of Eternity on this channel, because it's one of my favorite modern party-based RPGs by a long way. These guys are natural sociologists. That's not as important as either being physicists or engineers. So I'm going to make them natural engineers, and then we're going to look and say resources from jobs, leader lifespan. Let's do that. I don't know if anybody be interested in seeing Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, but I have a lot of nostalgia for those games the same way I do with Baldur's Gate 2. Baldur's Gate 2 being a game series that I just kind of adore. And it's hard for me to put into words how much I really like that series. But I do adore it. It was... And even though the graphics are really dated, it's like still one of my most favorite things to play still today. I still like playing it because it was just so well done. So well done. Pillars of Eternity has a little bit more of a, what I'd call a dreary setting. But the combat and the classes were so cool. And my favorite thing is the Cipher. Because the Cipher is basically Pillars of Eternity's answer to Dungeons and Dragons Battle Mage. Which has always been my favorite thing to play in Dungeons and Dragons. I've always enjoyed that a lot. So what do we have here? Scum and Villainy. Okay, hold on. Over here, these guys don't have a precinct house, so we're going to give them one, and that should help. And then you guys have Scum and Villainy. Oh, you have big Scum and Villainy. Well, we don't need that anymore, so let's replace that. We don't need the robots anymore. I would love it if the Beldross Syndicate was sticking corrupt trading businesses on our overlords, and our overlords decided to go to war with them. That would please me to no end. Gateway constructed in the system, which is great. So can we check? That's where we want it. It's on this other shipyard that we've got. And then what we can do is, yeah, so you're locked in. You're going to Python. And then what we can do is say, like, you guys go there. You guys go there. You guys go there. It starts to take care of some of these ones that aren't connected. Server says, hey, we need more jobs. Man. It's like, well, I got more jobs for you because guess what? I need all of you guys. I mean, I said, you heard me in earlier episodes. I said I think we need an enable capacity of 5,000. And I think we need that many ships. We need it to be full for us to take on the Crisis at 25 times strength. And if we don't get it, I don't think it's going to happen. And this is Prophet's Retreat. It's like, what do we do here? Strongholds here. Let's do the same thing. This is just my guess. I have no idea. I've never played 25 times Crisis strength before. And I have never played... what's going on here? So I've never played this difficulty level before. Grand Admiral scaling. Oh, and what's going on over here? The end of the Jonas Directive. Oh, fun. So our Overlord did somebody else do that? Somebody else had to do that, because if our Overlord was involved in that war, we would have been in there, and there would have been a war signal down here. So, oh, nasty. Well, the Jonas Directive is gone, so now we're down to really few numbers. There's not a lot left. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to pause this for one more thing here. Alright, for you folks, there was no break there, but for me there was. Thank goodness for editing. Refugees from the Valdari. I had to make a little break. Because stuff happens. Anyway, what we were discussing was how many ships it's going to take. Oh yeah, this. I want to take this and replace it with a habitation district. I don't care that there's minerals on there. Gang wars on the Ecumenopolis. What's going on here? Yeah, see, so you guys... Oh. Okay, what I'm going to do is... I'm going to take this and replace them with holo theaters. They're having a real hard time with amenities, and I think holo theaters might make them stop being such pricks to each other. Wow, branch offices. God, what are we getting? From branch offices, 170. Oh, man. Okay, so we got to take a decision and say, Launch an anti-crime campaign. And then what are we looking at for secondary resources up here? Oh, we got a bunch of exotic gases, moats. I'm going to take one of these gases and also make it into another whole theater, because these people really need amenities to help. And in fact, what we could do, because you can see we're maxed out there, this provides entertainer jobs and culture worker jobs. I might take one of these and turn it into a leisure archaeology so that they are a little more cool with what's going on. All right, let's go down to our ships. This is the 12th fleet. The 12th fleet, and we've said yeah. So spend the coin, bring those guys up. Institute the increased benefits here. Oh, look at you. Well, maybe by upgrading these, it'll put enough pops on this planet. It'll automatically fix all those.
Construction complete.
Leader lifespan. So what are you at? You're at 8 months. Wow, and we're at 51k. That's amazing. So what I want to see is the ring worlds. Oh, so we have a ring world over here. Ring section A is ready to... Oh, no, it's not yet. Habitable section A. Colonize. Can we colonize this yet? We haven't? Oh, well. Ring.
Construction complete.
Ringu. A3. This is the third ring world we're on. It should have been ring B, but...
Construction complete.
How many of these can we upgrade? Are we lacking those? Well, we can fix that. Show me the way. I want you to show me the way. Darn it. I keep clicking on those resources. Let's see. Give me this.
Construction complete.
There we go. 10k.
Colony established.
Your limit of 3. Okay. So colony established. What do we have here? This is Hensadon. It's an Arctic world. We're gonna say food, mining, food, mining, food and mining. Probably. Go in here. Say, hey, fix all this. Fix all that. So that's nice. That planet's cool with us. Oh, so anytime I don't have kinetic weapon damage, I'm either gonna... defense platform weapon damage seems like the smartest thing to do. I don't know if it is or not, but... Got a lot of fleets. I mean, it's a lot of fleets. Here's the 13th fleet, which just formed because there was an extra ship that doesn't know what the heck to do. So, somebody did some math wrong again. Big surprise. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, big surprise. It was Agatha all along. Wink, wink. So anyway, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who's been watching it. I finally got to watch the last episode today, and I am beyond thrilled. And yes, I bawled my eyes out. Because that's a pretty easy thing for me to do. I mean, it was funny. There was a thread on Twitter a few days ago that was about name a movie that you always cry to. And I'm like, name a movie I don't always cry to. And it's really easy for me. I mean, I even think of like the first movie as a kid that made me bawl. I remember being in Spokane, Washington at a completely foreign theater to me. A theater I had never been to before. And it was actually really, really nice. And... going and seeing E.T. and oh good lord, I'll be right here. Yeah, thanks E.T. I'm bawling just thinking about that. So, and the other one that really got me as a kid, oh good lord, was Spock in The Wrath of Khan on the other side of the glass. Jeez, I mean, talk about crushing me. And then later on as an adult, you know, it's just after having been through a marriage and a divorce, and then a really whirlwind engagement that didn't turn into a wedding, and now being married for the second time to someone who's really wonderful in what was a pretty amazing little ceremony at her restaurant at an open mic. It was kind of a surprise wedding for everybody that was there. I feel like I've been through a lot when it comes to relationships and relationships. Movies or books that really focus on a relationship between two people and show us everything, because that's how relationships are. They really get me. And two kind of science fiction fantasy films that really turn the waterworks on for me are, first of all, Hugh Jackman in The Fountain, and I almost want to like stop and go get all the details for this and tell people, if you haven't gone and seen it, if you haven't seen The Fountain at all, you have to. It's one of those things that's really strange. I remember I was living in, I'm changing these all to research here, because we've already have enough growth, clearly. Gateway construction site ready. It should be fantastic. So I remember I was still with my ex-wife when that movie came out, and we had Netflix, and we lived out in the country where you couldn't stream anything because we had such poor internet. Actually, I had satellite internet, which had such horrible latency that you can't do anything with it. And I remember thinking, I put the disc in, and my wife at the time would always watch movies with me usually. And we had pretty similar tastes in a lot of different things. We liked science fiction, and we liked thrillers, and we liked smart movies. And I remember putting The Fountain in, and we weren't 5 minutes, 10 minutes into that film, and she got up and left and went and did something else in the house. And I could tell that she thought it was really, really bad. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, this seems like a really bad film. I was really shocked. But the stubbornness in me said, I have to watch this all the way to the end. Well, I got all the way to the end, and I was so struck by what I had experienced and felt like I didn't have a lot of answers still. So I got on the wiki and I read about what the movie was about, all the stuff that I'd missed. And then, because there's a passage of time there that the movie doesn't make explicit, 500 years and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you're just like, what? So I went back and watched the movie again. And with the knowledge of what it was actually about. And I was just so blown away. I was so blown away that a man like me could be so in love with someone that he would fulfill her wish, that he would build a spacecraft and travel 500 years through space to take her to this nebula that she had told him about where spirits go when they die and all these things. He could actually physically take her there, and the whole time he's in there and he's giving himself tattoos to mark the passage of time. And I thought, part of it for him, of course, is guilt, because he couldn't save her, because he's a doctor and he couldn't save her. But part of it is just sheer unfettered love, of the kind that you're just like, wow. It's like you beg to feel something like that someday. So I was really struck by that. So The Fountain is one of those movies that really moves me. And the other one that can easily bring me to tears by the end also is George Clooney in Stellaris. And so much of it is just again, because there's a love story there that's really fascinating. First of all, oh man, I have to look this guy's name up. Right, so
Research complete.
this cast is amazing. I mean, George Clooney, quite frankly, is awesome, but Natasha McElhone and Viola Davis are fantastic. And then Jeremy Davies is in it, and he plays the most interesting character with just the most interesting story. And he's got these weird little hand movements and gestures and this manner of speaking that really brings his whole character to life. And he's got one of the great lines in all of cinema that I've ever heard, when George Clooney asks him, can you tell me what's going on here? And he says, I could tell you what's going on here, but that wouldn't really tell you what's going on. It's like the best line ever. And there it is, the ghost signal. I'm still talking about Stellaris, but it's great because it's a space game, so it fits. We're going to go scum and villainy here. I'm going to look this really quick. So this is... Okay, I see what we have here. Let's change some of this. Let's give these guys some criminal fighters. And we don't need growth right now. So it's the ghost signal. Okay, folks. So here it is, folks. The ghost signal. I will read it since we're doing 25 times crisis strength. They deserve it. We have detected a very faint tachyon signal being continuously transmitted across the entire galaxy. Our technicians are unable to trace the signal to its source, as it is being bounced between several hidden relay stations. Aside from adding a small amount of background noise and faster than light transmissions on certain subspace frequencies, the signal does not seem to have any apparent effect. Efforts to track the relay stations are underway, but until then, we may simply have to learn to live with this ghost signal, as it has been dubbed by the more imaginative elements of galactic media. Alright, so the ghost signal. Let's go build ships. We're kind of there on Corvettes already, because what the ghost signal is going to do is it's going to disrupt, so their defenses, they have fragile hulls and they use lots of shield and armor. So you want to use penetration weapons like these right here. On the flip side, defensively, they use almost pure energy weapons. So we want to have as many shields as possible. Also, they disrupt sapient combat AI. So we're going to go with advanced computer systems. I don't know if that is actually a good deterrent against them or not, but we're going to see. I'm going to do as many shields as I can. So on my Corvettes, it's going to be like this. Because our other choices, we can take the advanced afterburners off, which give us 20% sublight speed and evasion plus 10%. Our evasion is already at 90%. If we were to take that off and put a reactor booster on it, our evasion is still 90%. And does that give us enough to put another dark matter booster on there? It does. So, since we're considering what we need to do, which is shields as much as possible, we're going to do this. And I'm just going to trade it over as... Normally, you know that what I like to do, I'm going to get rid of these destroyers, is I like to append something on the end, like -C for contingency, and I like to switch all my fleets over, but we have too many fleets now. So we just need to change these. We need to ditch those. So here, point defense, as many shields as we possibly can, and let's go right here. Change that. Change this. Shield, shield, shield. And we're going to grab another booster. Oh, that's not quite enough. Okay. So what we're going to do then is neutronium armor is still more than the plating. So we're going to do that. And then what about fire control for shields? Oh, that puts us under. Okay. Well, in that case, since we have to, we're going to go like this. And he's got all penetrators on there anyways already, which is great. And those should be the only ships that we're using. We shouldn't have any of these cruisers in, but in case we do, why don't we have Cloud Lightning yet? We haven't researched it because we haven't accidentally run across it? Wow. Well, in that case, I would take this ship and I would just switch it over and I'd say, you're going to do this. Artillery core. Let's go to 3 mediums. Let's just do this. I don't think we have very many of these ships in our whole repertoire. But if we do... Okay, so that's still too much. Take these guys and I'm going to say, just get up close. Get up close and shoot. They're not... This is not an accurate name for what these ships are doing, but if we have any, we want to upgrade them. So now, BKNs, we can get rid of these. We shouldn't have any of these ships anyways, but if we do. Okay, so the big thing we want is we want all penetrators. This is the one thing we're going to have to change, and we don't have cloud lightning, which is going to make this really hard. So, this is still viable. Can we change to deflector over here? If we go to dark matter deflector, it's 145. It's too much. Oh, it is. Okay, then what we'll do is regenerative hull tissue. We'll change that. Actually, it's probably smarter since we're doing regenerative hull tissue to add to our hull and not have any armor. That's probably the best thing to do. So, if we can get cloud lightning. So there's a penetrator. So that's the one ship we're going to have to change in all of our fleet. Get rid of these guys. Same thing here, we just have to add. Okay, so you got a little too much. That puts enough power on there, which is great. And change your sapient combat AI. It's being built. Oh, come on. Come on, you won't let me change that? You guys suck. Alright, defensive platforms. This is the other thing we need to change, as many of these as possible. So let's go hulls. I want to change as many of those over as possible too. Yep, and these are the short penetrators. We're going to want to switch everybody over to these. Yep, we'll want to switch all of our defensive platforms over that are using those. So now we have to go to our fleets, which we just don't have enough of yet, and say upgrade. Upgrade. All you guys have got to upgrade and I just don't know. Oh, let's change the Juggernaut. Jugs. He's already got penetrators, but we're going to give him the focused arc emitter on his big weapon. And he doesn't have much room for too many more shields. We're going to put as many on here as we can. And then what we'll do is, because this does hull, we won't worry about armor. And we'll say, go ahead, yes, and regen the hull. Oh, and we have to change his sapient combat AI over. Okay. So Jugs, where are you? You can upgrade yourself, which is a really nice, handy ability to have. I know we're just going to try to get our fleets in position. The next episode is when this just may be over. Drug trade expands on Decayed Hub. Well, let's look at it. What do you got here? You got, oh, so you got the jug trade. Okay, yeah, you guys, what? Well, let's do this. Let's replace that and some holo theaters, give you some amenities and make you kind of happy. And then take this and replace it with city districts. Okay, now let's go back to... Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. It's crazy because we're nowhere. This is what? The 13th fleet? This is the 13th fleet and it's just like doing what? I need reinforced, baby. Oh my gosh, the contingency at 25 times strength. Oh. Wish I had invested a little bit in the shields now. We're going to have to do that. We might have to spend some points investing in shields. Because we need punch through, and that's the kinetic's not going to count as much. We need shields to defend ourselves. Well, so let's go see. Hacking the calculator. Halted. Stop. Track it. Go to. Where is it at? I want to get a scientist on that. I know I have one. Who can do it? Hack the calculator for me. Tell me what happens there. 51K research. Well, the ghost signal. We don't have a ruined world. Track on map. Go to. What do we got there? Where's that at? Is that in our space? It is. Darzak expansionist. Why don't you go tell me about that site there, buddy? It's just us and basically one other group. There's this fallen empire up here that has done nothing the whole time. End of the Zenek eliminators. It really is. Oh my gosh, we're really down to just brass tacks here, aren't we? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to sell some minerals. I'm going to buy some of these. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so who's it down to as far as like real people? The Beldross, who I've tried the whole time to get rid of and we couldn't. And then the Awoken. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Yeah, you can tell who's up here. It's us, the Beldross, and the Awoken. That's it. And we have what? Almost max influence. So let's go to let's see. Not greater than ourselves. Council size 2. I'm just gonna propose it. Oh gosh. I just feel this feels like 3 o'clock high. Have you ever seen that movie? I've actually lived that movie a few times. This is us waiting, and it causes your insides to turn inside out and to give you diarrhea, and it makes your whole day just horrible. But you're thinking, oh man, class gets out at 3 and there's a bully who's waiting to beat me up, and
research complete.
My life is horrible. And that's what this feels like. 3 o'clock high.
Ships upgraded.
Explosive weapon damage. I need some explosive. I need some explosive weapons because they cut right through shield.
Ships upgraded.
Crazy. 3 o'clock high. But we'll do what we can here. Look, you guys need to upgrade. Keep upgrading. What do you got going? Upgrade. Terminal. Upgrade. Upgrade. You guys gotta do this, man. You gotta upgrade. And then it's saying it needs to reinforce the fleet, and that probably means that there's some ships in. Oh. So here's what we want to do. We want to take these and change them all to penetrators. And we'd like to do that without that happening. So change these all to penetrators. We need to do this for every fleet, really. Because these kinetic ones. I'm going to try not to be that person these episodes. I'm going to try. It doesn't mean I'm going to succeed. Yep, do this. Come on, oh.
Ships upgraded.
Oh. I'm trying. I'm biting my tongue. It's bleeding. It's just... Oh, it's bleeding. Oh, God. Oh, please, Paradox. Look what I'm doing here. Oh, my God. Come on. I'm really trying here. I'm trying to bite my tongue and not be a dick. But you guys are not making this easy. You're not making this easy. Come on, man.
Ships upgraded.
It's just...
Research complete.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you play a paradox game. I mean, I know. Come on. I love you guys' game. That's the thing. That's the thing. I feel like a parent chiding my child. It's like, I'm not trying to be mean. You're my child. I love you. But you have to fix this. You can't keep doing this. Oh, Necro class, cruiser. No. Go to point defense stuff. What is this all about? Why is this the way it is?
Research
Get these out of here. Oh, I don't know what you're doing.
Ships upgraded.
Fourth Fleet's got all funky on us because somebody screwed up some math. It's like, just... Ugh. Fifth Fleet, change these. We need the penetration ships. That's the number one thing. I need the penetrators. Okay. Now I can go down to my list of fleets and I can say, continue to upgrade in these massive shipyards. Because upgrading means that you're changing over to the penetration class. I need them. Who knows when these bozos are going to show up, but let's not make it easy for them, shall we? Defense platform damage. See, the kinetic weapons no longer make any difference for me. Defense platform damage, though, that's a different story.
Ships upgraded.
Depending on where we're gonna see, I have so many defensive platforms everywhere. It's like, where are they gonna show up at?
Ships upgraded.
It's like impossible to know.
Construction complete. Ships upgraded.
I'm just gonna keep hitting these and keep trying to get in our fleets in good condition. You guys need a leader.
Complete.
Do you have anybody? No. Grab this guy, leader experience game. Rogue Synthetics. A unit of Rogue Synthetics which went off the grid months ago after failing to report for work was confronted by a team of heavily armed government agents on Sara Marfim today. This resulted in a large public firefight that claimed the lives of dozens of our agents and almost 1,000 innocent bystanders before the synths could be finally destroyed. Well, that's unfortunate. I've often wondered if maybe the way to deal with this isn't to just purge all your synths all of a sudden. To try to purge them all, but I really don't know if that's a good idea or a really bad one. Where is this at? Right there? Right where? Haldus Station? Yeah, you need to be full bastion, buddy. Don't care about that. Care about this. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Well, yeah, it removes some of their shields.
Upgraded. Spaceport under attack.
Okay, approaching. Where at? Where is this at?
Research complete.
Right there. Darzak Expansionist. And this is where? Right next to our L gate. Scientist found dead. We have finally recovered the body of a missing scientist on Ostik, or what remained of it at any rate. It looks like he fell victim to a large indigenous predator and unfortunately lost to our science team. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Normal speed. They're coming here. Oh. Okay, all my fleets. Oh boy, this could get ugly really fast. Couldn't it? Because what do we have here? Oh, you're not even in position to stop anything, are you? But right here they are. Kind of. You guys need defense grid supercomputers. And then you need a bunch of defenses, and they all need to be these penetrators. Just maybe a couple of missiles. Okay, so all my fleets who aren't upgrading. And I need... Where is my baby? Where's Jugs? Jugs, where are you? It's right here. Axis Mundi. Okay, yeah, that's a mistake. Your name is Jugs, so I can easily find you in this menu over here. Get over here. All right. Boy, hope the galaxy is ready for this, because this is gonna get ugly fast. And there's 2 L gates right here. We can move pretty fast depending on where they are.
Ships upgraded.
Terminal. Yeah, I know. What do we got over here? What do you? What else do you have? So you're building, and then over here is also terminal as building. Okay. Everybody build. Everybody move. Order restored on Hab 2. Great.
Ships
oh my gosh.
Upgraded.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop it here. It's been an hour. Ah, I know. I'm gonna make you wait till tomorrow night for this. But here we go. It's the contingency. It's 25 times crisis. It's that moment when we're about to all get mowed down. This could be the last episode. The crisis may consume us and I may cry. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all next time. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a question or comment down below. My Patreon's listed in the description. I'll see you all next time.